Oh, hey, y'all. Welcome to another episode of
Oodles of Brutals.
Today, we are talking about EP, which is the latest EP from Heisenberg.
You're goddamn right.
Now, if for some strange reason you're not too familiar with Heisenberg, the band was formed in 2011 in Long Island, New York, which as far as I'm concerned is the slam capital of the United States, if not the world, being home to the slam inventors Internal Bleeding and the proto-slam godfathers Suffocation. Obviously, the band had a lot to live up to coming from Long Island, but they've more than done so over the course of 3 outstanding EPs. Their first release came in 2014 in the form of their self-titled EP. It was initially self-released, but was later re-released in 2016 on Amputated Vein Records. That EP was very primitive, felt like the band was still finding their sound at that point, but the Breaking Bad themes were already in place on that EP, which obviously made it stand out from the pack. And just the fact that they already showed a knack for creative slams, good compact songwriting, and excellent riffs made that one of my favorite EPs that I'd heard in a long time. They followed that up in 2017 with The Empire Business.
Jesse, you asked me if I was in the meth business or the money business. Neither. I'm in the empire business.
That EP featured better production, better songwriting, better slams. It was more technical, and the musicianship was much, much tighter.
Tight, yeah!
The band was well on their way to becoming one of the great new bands in slam, but they kind of went quiet until finally coming back this year with EP-Yo. The EP is 4 tracks and it's about 15 minutes long. So there's not a lot of music on here, but what it lacks in quantity, it more than makes up for with quality.
Can we continue, or you got any more burning questions?
Once again, Heisenberg have stepped up their game in all aspects. Production-wise, it goes back to the more raw production that's found on the self-titled EP. But musicianship-wise and songwriting-wise, they've once again made another quantum leap. This is by far the best material they've done. One thing they've done here, which I appreciate, again, kind of a callback to the first EP, they included instrumental versions of every track tacked on to the end as kind of a bonus. And it really gives you appreciation for the excellent riffing, the creative slams, and just the guitar work in general. Of course, the vocals are fantastic, but it's nice to take the vocals out and kind of let all the instruments breathe and really let you appreciate how good of musicians they are. You know, slam gets a bad rap as far as musicianship's concerned, but all the guys in Heisenberg are top-notch. Again, the vocals are fantastic. The guitar work is excellent. The riffing and the slams are superb. Bass and drums both are solid as hell. So, I mean, you know, these guys put a lot of work into their songwriting. It's more than evident. You know, I'd love to see them do a full length. So far, they've only done EPs, but again, what they lack in quantity, they more than make up for in quality. And as I mentioned earlier, I think EP-Yo is probably the best material they've put out to date. You know, if you've never heard these guys before, if you're a fan of the likes of, you know, as I already mentioned, Internal Bleeding and Suffocation, of course, but also bands like Dying Fetus, Dehumanized, Pyrexia, bands that kind of toe that line between brutal death metal and slam. I think if you're a fan of any of those, you'll appreciate what Heisenberg's doing on this EP, not to mention their entire discography to date. What I also like about them is they have just a little bit of that hardcore influence going on. You can hear it in the vocals and in some of the pit riffs they throw out there. There's definitely a New York hardcore influence happening. And of course, that's kind of a callback to Internal Bleeding and Pyrexia, which I really appreciate here. And then as far as the CD itself is concerned, very simple cardboard sleeve. You've got cover art on the front, a nice Heisenberg artwork there in his respirator. You've got the band logo and album title, of course. On the back, you've got track listing, some fat stacks, credits, all that good stuff. And then, of course, the CD itself just has the cover art on it once again. So very simple, kind of almost promo-style packaging here, but very good quality artwork. And this sleeve is actually really nice quality. It's a lot better than some of the chintzy cardboard sleeves. I used to get promos in back in the day when people still sent physical promos, so that's always cool to see. And then, of course, I had to order the Blue Meth logo t-shirts along with the CDs, so always cool to have this. Love the fucking logo, especially with the Blue Meth colors on there. Very cool. Again, this is a great EP, very well executed musically. The packaging is simple but effective. If you've never heard these guys, I highly recommend checking them out. If you're a fan of slam, if you're a fan of brutal death metal, even maybe if you're a fan of hardcore, you might appreciate what Heisenberg is doing on this EP. And this would be a great place to start. You know, you could start with EP-Yo and then work your way backwards through their discography. I mean, there's not a whole lot to it. You're probably talking about a total of maybe half an hour, 35 minutes of music. So I cannot recommend this EP enough to fans of slam. If you've never heard Heisenberg for some ungodly reason, please go to their Bandcamp page and check it out. I'll put up links in the description box so you can stream and purchase the EP and this killer shirt. If you guys are fans of Heisenberg, let me know in the comments. If you're into Breaking Bad, let's talk Breaking Bad. Let's talk the band, let's talk slam, let's talk Breaking Bad. Let's do it all in the comments. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching and take care.
You know how they say it's been a pleasure? It hasn't.